Welcome to Links 007 TV News Report, providing you with the best in local and international news updates. This is a place where you can get the most reliable and informative news information. Links 007 TV News Report. Welcome. Today is Saturday the 23rd of September 2023. Thanks for joining us for our Links 007 TV News Report. And we begin the news with a breaking story. Josh's brother shot dead in Grand Spain. The police have confirmed that David Clark, who is said to be the brother of popular dancehall entertainer Malik Clark, more popularly known as Joshi, was shot and killed by gunmen in Grand Spain, St. Andrew on Saturday morning. Another man was also shot and injured during the incident. The police confirmed that the attack happened around 2:05 a.m. on Saturday morning. The police report that the 29-year-old laborer David Clark and another man were in a yard in Grand Spain when armed men approached and opened gunfire. Clark was shot and killed on the spot, while the other man was shot and injured. Speaking to reporters, a resident had this to say: "Everyone call him Mosiah. He's the one who ran his father's shop. He's a humble youth, nice youth. Everyone love him," a Grand Spain resident told reporters. Nutsy, Josh's father, owned a shop and Mosiah ran it for him more time. He's the one who is always there, even at 2 in the morning. You can go there and it is open. The youth had no involvement in anything. He was a good youth. Josh's family have been under dark cloud since June of this year, when the DJ name surfaced in an investigation regarding the death of a businessman, Omar Romy Wright. The born-fighter DJ later surrendered to the police in the company of his attorney, King's Counsel Peter Champagne and Richard Lynch. He was questioned and released by the cops about the murder of Mr. Wright on June the 11th. In July of this year, a motor vehicle which owned by Joshi was attacked by armed men on Constant Spring Road after an event held to mark the artist's birthday. 6 men, all members of the entertainer's entourage, were shot and injured. The entertainer reportedly left the event in another car and escaped injury. Links 007 TV will have more details to come on this in a later newscast. Continuing the news. Female student attacked and stabbed several times in St. Mary. A female student of the Orocabessa High School in St. Mary was reportedly attacked and stabbed multiple times by a man said to be of unsound mind. The student was stabbed in her neck, hands, back, and buttocks according to reports. Police have since apprehended the suspect, who is in custody at the Orocabessa Police Lockup. Information reaching our newsroom is that the teen was walking alone on the roadway when she was attacked by the man. Following the attack, she was assisted to the Port Maria Hospital. Police sources said that the child is currently undergoing treatment. She is said to be unresponsive and in critical condition. Links 007 TV will track this story. Continuing the news. Hotel worker gunned down by cops in St. Mary. The St. Mary Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a hotel worker who was reportedly shot and killed by police after allegedly pointing a firearm at them during a patrol on Friday. The deceased has been identified as 23-year-old Sheldon Anderson of Marston Town, Orocabessa in the parish. According to a police source, around midday while cops were on patrol, a man ran and seen the police service vehicle and then threw an object into bushes. The police gave chase and Anderson, who was on the road, reportedly picked up the object and pointed it in the direction of the police. He was subsequently shot. Anderson was taken to the Port Maria Hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. The investigation continues. Continuing the news. Police probe death of 8-year-old girl at home in Portland. The Portland police are probing the circumstances surrounding the death of an 8-year-old girl at her home in Portland on Friday. The deceased has been identified as Venice Burke of West Baptist Avenue in the parish. Police report that Venice, a student at the Comfort Castle Institution, was at home with her stepfather after leaving school when the incident occurred. It is understood that the stepfather stated that he was outside in front of the yard along with another man making a bed when he saw Venice outside without shoes with a plastic bag in her hand. According to the stepfather, he sent the girl back inside the house to put her shoes on. It was reported that when the stepfather did not hear from Venice, he went inside to check and saw the girl lying on the floor unresponsive with the said plastic bag over her face and in a pool of urine. He made checks inside the house, but he did not see anyone. He took the child to the Port Antonio hospital where she was pronounced dead. The Port Antonio police are investigating. Continuing the news. Man on wanted list surrenders to cops after recent gun attack. One of two men who were listed as wanted by the St. Anne police has been charged in relation to an incident that occurred in Middle Street Exchange Outreach in the parish on July the 5th, when a man was reportedly attacked and shot by gunmen traveling in a motor car. The man in question is 29-year-old Javon Simpson, a lifeguard of Salt Spring, Montego Bay in St. James. According to police report, Simpson was charged with wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, using a prohibited weapon to commit a felony. Reports are that around 9:30 p.m., Simpson and a group of men were traveling in a Toyota Axio motor car along the main road when they stopped where a man was. Simpson then alighted from the motor vehicle and fired several shots, hitting the man several times. The police were alerted and the man was taken to hospital for treatment. During the investigation, Simpson was listed as wanted. He subsequently handed himself over into police on Wednesday, September 19, after he was published as being wanted. He was charged after he underwent a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date has not yet been finalized and his accomplices are still being sought by the police. Continuing the news. Two brothers and their cousin killed in Chisholm Avenue triple murder. Gunmen posing as cops murdered 3 men on Chisholm Avenue in St. Andrew on Saturday morning. The dead man has been identified as 28-year-old Mason Alex Orlando Ricketts, 31-year-old Neva Fata Ricketts, also a Mason, and Ricardo Dwight Henry, otherwise called Rasta, a 48-year-old delivery man. The deceased are all from the same addresses on Chisholm Avenue in Kingston 13. The Ricketts are brothers and Henry is their cousin, the police said. It was reported that at around 1:15 a.m., 3 men armed with rifles posing as police officers entered the premises and took the 3 men from their dwelling. It is further reported that the gunman led them at gunpoint to another dwelling house on the premises, where they opened gunfire, hitting all 3 men in the upper part of their body, killing them on the spot. The gunmen then made good their escape on foot in the area. Jamaica declares dengue outbreak. The Minister of Health and Wellness has declared a dengue fever outbreak in Jamaica. In a release Saturday, the ministry said that its National Surveillance Unit advised them that the island has surpassed the dengue epidemic threshold for July and August and is on a trajectory path to do the same for September. This means that the country has seen an increase in the number of cases compared to what it normally seen during the month of the year, the ministry stated. As of Friday, September 23rd, the country has recorded 565 suspected, presumed and confirmed cases of dengue, the ministry said. Of that number, 78 cases have been confirmed, with the majority of the cases in Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Thomas, according to the release. The ministry said that the dominant strain has not The ministry said that the dominant strain has been dengue type 2, which is one of the deadliest and has not been predominant in Jamaica since 2010. The strain, in addition to fever, can cause 2 or more other symptoms of typical dengue infection and can be fatal. However, there are no dengue-related deaths classified at this time, but 6 deaths are being investigated by the ministry. Dengue is a mosquito-borne disease, the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which transmit the disease in the epidemic of Jamaica. Dengue symptoms include fever, headache, muscle and pain, joint fatigue, nausea, and rash. In a small number of cases, the potentially deadly dengue hemorrhagic fever may develop, resulting in internal bleeding, enlargement of the liver with high fever. Jamaica last had a dengue outbreak in 2019. Continuing the news. A teacher is dead and several others, including U.S. nationals, injured in car crash. A teacher was killed and several others, including 2 foreign nationals, were injured in a motor vehicle crash on the Front Hill Main Road in St. Elizabeth on Friday. The deceased has been identified as 31-year-old Daniel Blake, a teacher at the Sablamore Primary School. Most of the victims were passengers in the taxi. It is reported that at around midday, the teacher was among passengers traveling in a Toyota Wish when it collided in another vehicle. The injured, including the two U.S. nationals, were rushed to hospital where Blake succumbed to her injuries. This has been Links 007 TV News Report. Thanks for watching.